trunk lid. It was a solid back end. The option was a trunk lid, a glove box, and a 6-cylinder. Car was also sold through Sears as an Allstate. Henry J. Roy Montgomery over in the Budweiser lane. Jerry Wilson out of Indianapolis here in the Jets lane. 850 heads up as they head down track. Henry J. scooting, but the Corvette takes the win, 852 to an 862, 158 to 153 miles an hour. Monza against Camaro. Nick Deshawn out of Kokomo, Indiana. 69 Camaro with the 582 big block. Aaron Witzman out of Bloomington, Indiana. 75 Monza, 388 small block. RPM's coming up. Right. And Aaron Witzman gives it away by 10,000ths of a second. The win going to Nick Deshawn, although he breaks out. It's first or worse, and Aaron got the red light. That was first. He's going to kick himself because he ran an 861, too. Robert Eckert out of Canby, Indiana, driving the 67 Nova Long Roof Racer, the wagon. Takes on Butch Steffens out of Washington, Missouri. 41 Willys, 8-second index for Butch in the Willys, 850 for Eat in the Nova. The loud pedals and off they go, both with 1.2 60-foot mark. Both launch hard, both get to the finish line, but it's Butch Steffens that takes the win, goes 802 to an 855, margin of victory 15,000ths of a second at the stripe. Joe Janes out of DeSoto, Missouri, 69 Nova. He gets the bye run into the next round. All right, Cops coming up next. Nova goes down track, 143 reaction, 1.360 foot. And looking for a 9 flat, goes 908.
So, Modified Eliminator, we need you back to the lanes for your final qualifying session. Q3 for Modified. Comp Eliminator, this is round number 1 coming up for them. All right, Comp Eliminator coming at you right now. These are E-Comp category cars getting set to pull up side by side. Both of the injected variety. One's a little Bantam altered, the other one a dragster. Jamison Griffin, Owasso, Michigan, the home base. The 32 Bantam left side, small block Chevy power, injected. He thinks he's trying to hit his index down there of a 10 flat. Gordon DiPadisto. That's close enough, right? .10 flat, the dial in for DiBattisto out of Loxahatchee, Florida. So a little dragster taking his time to get backed up. He'll get pointed west here in just a minute. He's in the Jegs.com lane. That's the north side of the track. South side of the track, the Budweiser lane. You see 10 flat on the scoreboards. That is the number. That's the index. They want to get there first, run as close to the 10 flat as they can without going too quick. Green light starts for both racers as they head down track. They're really, really green. As they get to the finish line, 11:18 for Jamison Griffin. Troubles there for the little dragster, 12:51 at 1:05. So Jamison Griffin moves on to round number 2. He'll be back tomorrow. One of these two will as well. Little coupes side by side. Ralph Ferraro out of Moncton, Pennsylvania. You know why it's called Moncton, Pennsylvania? Because almost everybody in that town's last name is Moan. And that is a fact. Dave Moan, Division I director, he's from Moncton, Pennsylvania. Richard Lawson Jr. alongside from Brookville, Ohio. Again, E-Comp cars, 10 flat the number. These are elimination rounds. 2 go down, 1 comes back. Which one will it be? I have an idea, and I would be correct. Richard Lawson Jr. gets the win. 10:93 at 86 miles an hour. Ferraro, slow off the start, slow to the finish. He'll get the early trip to the trailer. Stan Hunter comes up next. D-Comp dragster out of Nashville, Tennessee. That's a Bantam altered. If I'd look up, I'd see that. Ken Thibodeau out of Gonzales, Louisiana. The E-Comp dragster. So the head start goes to the car in the Jegs.com lane by a half a second. The E-Comp index a 10 flat, D-Comp a 950. So a 1 bulb head start. We'll see on the Pro Tree. Out front is the Bantam. Gets the job done. 9:55 for Stan Hunter. Hunter will move on to round 2. Stan Hunter for the win. Ken Thibodeau, his weekend is done. 10:13 on the 10 flat. Modified eliminator to the lanes. Modified to the lanes. Here's Gary Williams out of Mattoon, Illinois. Tim out alongside the car. Chuck Willie from Pierre, South Dakota. So at the finish line, it's going to be a win for Chuck Willie. 9:55 on his 950. He is your winner, 136 for the speed. Williams' weekend ends quickly. 997 on his 950 index at 136. Yeah, a lot of moving around down there. Took the scenic route to get to the finish line, but got the win. Here's Skeeter Wayne. Wayne's been to the winner's circle here at the Holley Hot Rod Reunion. Did it last year in his 34 Chevy. Out of Robards, Kentucky. His index a 950. His competition, same index, D-Comp cars. This is Uncle Dale. Out of Aurora, Illinois, the 32 Bantam. Crew chief listed as Dog. I don't know if that's an affectionate nickname or the dog makes all the calls on the car. I don't know. Probably don't want to know. That's right. The less I know, the better. Identically bad reaction times. 9:59 on the 950 for Uncle Dale. He'll move on. Skeeter Wayne won't make it to the final round because he didn't get out of the first round. 8 under 942 on his 950 index. Bob English, Gary Haynes coming up next. C-Comp cars this time around, a little bit quicker. The higher up in the alphabet you go, the quicker they get. C Comp 9 flat, the number. 48 Topolino left side. Front motor dragster right side. He's still backing up from his burnout. Both these racers trying to go 9 flat and beat the other one to the finish line. Modified, you should be in the lanes. Modified. We need you to the staging lanes, please. Modified to the lanes. And for you modified eliminator cars, this will be a qualifying segment for you. Bob English, Gary Haynes. Finish line says 9:05 for Bob English at 1:39. Gary Haynes 8:90 on the 9 flat. He's running Super Comp. Good number. He's not. See ya. No information. Oh, there he is. Brett Edwards out of Lincoln, Illinois. 29 Ford. The Roadster over there alongside Todd Cap from Springfield, Illinois. 23 T Alter. For Brett Edwards. Todd Cap moves on. And for Todd Cap, it's an 883 at 150, using it as a time pass. 894 and done at 146 for Brett Edwards. Coming out of the water box right now, Trey Schenzel, South Haven, Mississippi. Front engine dragster, 572 cubic inches of bow tie power. Alongside Dan Deshawn. 27 Ford Roadster left-hand steer machine out of Logansport, Indiana. And if I remember way back in the day, Drag News Magazine had a raffle. Dan won this car in the raffle. So both these cars with a 9 flat index, trying to get it done. Modified eliminator, you should be in the lanes. Modified to the lane. So a little bit of tire shake and on and off the throttle, and in the meantime, Dan Deshawn just takes it right down Broadway. 9:08 at 129. Dan Deshawn gets to play on Saturday. Trey Schenzel, it's a short weekend for him. 10:87 at 116 on the trouble-plagued run. Jim Slovak out of Lambertville, New Jersey, is listed on the computer as our next competitor. There he is. If I look up in the sunlight, I could see him. Slovak backing up the dragster right there. Jay Rowe alongside from Connorsville, Indiana. 63 Corvette. See a lot of these cars in NHRA's Super Gas category or the Quick Rod category in IHRA. Working it out right here in C Comp, as is Jim Slovak. A heads up 9 flat run side by side. They make their way down track. The Corvette looking around, gets awfully close to that center line, gathers it back up. 9:16 for the win at 1:33 for Jay Rowe. Had the starting line advantage, made it pet. Nostalgia Super Stock to 5 and 6. Nostalgia Super Stock to lanes 5 and 6. Jim Slovak finishes up the day with a 9:15. Rod Beal, North Canton, Ohio. S&W chassis entry alongside Justin Herbst from North Platte, Nebraska. Don Long built the car over here on the right side. Both of them in the B Comp category, both of them with an 850 on the board. So it'll be heads up pro start. First one to the finish line on the safe side of the 850 is going to get it done. Nostalgia Super Stock lanes 5 and 6. Nostalgia Super Stock 5 and 6. Who's going to get it done? It's going to be Rod Beal, 872 at 156. How about this for Justin Herbst? Takes the stripe, breaks out by 6 thousandths of a second. He was trying to run an 850, gets there first, 849.4 on the 850. 6 thousandths too quick on the breakout, and he is done. Shane Rassler, the Canode chassis entry, alongside Shane Bowman out of Albany, Indiana. Good drag race shaping up right here. Wind light's going to come on for Shane Bowman. Bowman was second across. Rassler broke out. Another breakout, 849.5 on the 850. They were 049 and 043 on the starting line. Bowman gets the win. Davin Reckow, Kingsley, Michigan. 2013 chassis farm entry. Injected 383 Chevy power plant out in front of the driver. Alongside Bill Fusting from Waukegan, Illinois. 48 Fiat Topolino with bow tie power. Again, B Comp is the category this time around, so they're both trying to hit that magic 850 down there at the finish line, but this is an elimination round. So you do what you got to do to get the round win. You just got to keep it off the guard wall. As Devin Reckow, red lights. Bill Fusting, 862 at 153 gets the win. Devin Reckow, red light start, 905 at 147. Troy Wilson, Joe Moore. Finish line, it's going to be Troy Wilson, 876 at 149. Joe Moore, dead late out of the gate, 962 at 137. And Moore is done for the weekend. So Tammy Cook, Columbia, Kentucky. 34 Chevy Street Roadster. Tammy Cook's going to get the competition single. Tough break for the injected dragster back here. Could not make the call. Tammy Cook, 854 at 158, gets the automatic win via the competition single. So here we go. A Comp Machines, Wade Nunley. 23T altered injected power plant. Out of the water box, that's the green machine left side. Right side, they call it the Widowmaker. James Meeks out of Norman Park, Georgia. Crystal hustling out to back up James into those hot, sticky tracks. 8 flat, the number they're trying to hit. Modified, you should be in the staging lanes. Nostalgia Super Stock to the lanes, please. If you're not already there, Nostalgia Super Stock to 5 and 6. Wiggle right off the starting line for Meeks. Goes too quick for the index by a ton. 779 on the 8 flat. Way out in front, trying to make up for that reaction time differential. Wade Nunley gets the win, 809 on the 8 flat at 163. So James Meeks gets to park it in the rolling box. Ronnie Sandifer, Covington, Louisiana, alongside Vern Griffith. Griffith out of Pataskala, Ohio. Ronnie Sandifer, Covington, Louisiana. Sandifer, the little Fiat altered over there left side. 8 flat is the dial-in. Vern Griffith also trying to go 8 flat. I shouldn't call it a dial-in, it's an index. They didn't pick the number, it was picked for them. Trying to go 8 flat, both sides of the track. Pro tree start. Off to the finish they go. Sandifer, an hour and a half late. Pays the price. 8:19 for Vern Griffith at 1:33. Ronnie Sandifer. If the reaction time starts with something other than a 0, your time ticket generally starts with an L. That is the case here. Ronnie Sandifer, 8:25 on the loss. Pat Lamont, Bart Bowles coming up next. Lamont, left side. 23T fiberglass body, wrapping around the driver there. 500 cubic inches of Chevy power plant out in front of the driver. He's alongside Bart Bowles out of Slaughters, Kentucky. The front engine dragster with a big block Chevy. Both of them looking at that 8 flat down there on the boards. They know that's their mission. Modified and Nostalgia Superstock, you should all be in the lanes. Modified and Nostalgia Superstock should be in the lanes. Good drag race. Finish line says it's Lamont running the number dead on with a 5. 8 flat with a 5 at 157. He'll pick up the win. 8:10 and out for Bo Bowles at 164. So Lamont moves on. And our final car in the category will move on as well. It's Gary Lever from Kettering, Ohio. The 23 Ford. Little fiberglass altered. Another big block Chevy powered machine. $850 is his number, and he goes $849 with a 1. Good dial-in pass to get set up for tomorrow. So eliminations are complete for Comp Eliminator. Everything you see now will be qualifying passes for the rest of the day until we get to the jet cars, which will close out the show. So Modified Eliminator is what's coming next. And the next voice you hear will be Hot Rod Bob Beck.
All right, thanks, Warren. We're getting some great racing action happening here for door slammer cars. Even a Model A with a filled roof and a chopped top going to be coming up after these pair. Nova over in the Budweiser lane, taking on the Tempest, the 61 Tempest. Now, when this Tempest came out, they were powered by a slant 4, half a 389. They literally cut half the motor off the car. They had a 4-cylinder, up to 165 horsepower if you got the 4-barrel option. They had a transaxle in the back, similar to a Corvair's rear end, turned upside down. Nova on the other lane, Earl Story and Bill Huber. Huber out of Mount Vernon, Indiana with the Tempest. Earl Story with the 65 Nova. He's got a big block 427, 455. Start for Earl Story, but it's a qualifier, so lights don't matter on the starting line. The Nova goes 10:03 to 11:49. 115 to 133 miles an hour. Behind the smoke cloud, we see a Model A over here in the Jegs lane. 1931 Ford, 434 cubic inch with a Chevy engine out of Hazel Green, Alabama. Dennis Braden out of Plainville, Indiana, 68 Plymouth. Got a 500 cubic inch Mopar motor under the hood. Doesn't say whether it's a Hemi or a wedge motor. Let's see how well it runs. Wheels come up in the air. It runs wide open fine. Model A, though, is really moving. Is out in front. The hot rod goes through the lights with a 10:05 to a 10:02. Had him on the starting line, and that's why he got there first. 129 miles an hour for the Model A, 132. I've driven Model A's. I don't think I'd want to go 129 miles an hour in one. Kerry Curran out of Hodgeville, Kentucky, 69 Dodge Coronet RT. Andrew Meredith out of Evansville, Indiana, 62 Bel Air. 461 cubic inches worth of Chevrolet against 440 Dodge. The bubble back roof Chevy and a red light. 083 starting with 21 green. Coming up on the finish line, light Chevy way out in front of the Mopar. Goes 11:05, 111 miles an hour to 12:02 and 113. All right, here's a couple of fat fingered cars. Old school. Jody Blaylock Jr., Jefferson, Georgia, with the 47 Hudson 496 Chrysler. Ken Morris out of Camden, Ohio, 1941 Chevrolet with a 406 small block. Oh, the Hudson doesn't even wait for the tree. It's down track. Not going to be the most accurate time. Goes 10:31, 132 to an 11:36 at 114. Camaro and Falcon. The Flying Falcon, 1964 model Falcon. Hardtop is Timothy Snipes out of St. Charles, Missouri. 427 Falcon. David Long out of Germantown, Tennessee. 67 Camaro. First year of the Camaro. The Mustang based off the 1964 Falcon. Oh, and the Camaro rolls through the beam just enough to get the red light. Falcon heads down track solo, goes 10:17, 132. First 60 foot, 34 seconds. Huh? Because he sat there while they were discussing it. 43 seconds, he has slow ET of the day. Malibu over in the Budweiser lane. Going to take on the Camaro here in the Jeggies lane. Wayne Hardy out of Oxford, Mississippi, 66 Chevelle with a 468. Artie Schneider out of St. Charles, Missouri, 71 Camaro. 348, 409 cars to the lanes, please. 348, 409. It's your time. Might start. 1.460 foot mark to a 1.5. Headed down track, left lane, way out there in front. Goes 1016 to a 1042. Nova Wagon and the Malibu Coupe up next. Top stock, lane 5 and 6. Top stock, lane 5 and 6, please. Wagon walks down track out in front. Goes 1041, 129 miles an hour to a 1362 at 97 miles an hour. 66 Malibu coming up here in the water box right now. And a lot of smoke at the finish line. Greg O'Quinn goes up in smoke past the finish line. We're going to check that out. All right, we're going to shut the cars off that are on the line right now and check this out. A lot of smoke as he went through the finish line lights. And he's still smoking bad as he continues to drive off the track. Just a suggestion, racers. If you have a problem with your car and it's smoking like that, or even if you think it's broken, come to a stop, pull over to the guardrail on your side of the track as quickly as you can. We'll get that cleaned up. It's better than driving the length of the track and having us clean up a long strip of fluid. All right, we're going to be checking this out, let you know what's going on in just a few moments as the safety crews go out there and look and see what we can find. On the line right now, getting ready to go once we get the all clear. It's going to be a nice Corvette of Bob Klink out of Hamilton, Ohio, 65 Vet, 427. Taking on Greg O'Quinn's Tupelo, Mississippi-based 52 Henry J. More racing action to happen. The good news is there's stuff down. But unfortunately, that is the good news. But he did pull over to the left of the track, so we'll get that cleaned up, get back to racing action in just a few minutes. We've got lots more to run, including this top stock, 348, 409s, and we will continue on with the Jets a little bit later on.